Kevin Garnett, too, coming down. Kevin Garnett, Kevin McHale, so close over the years. Kevin McHale drafted Kevin Garnett back in Minnesota in '95. Of course, they became so close through the years. McHale's passing of his daughter, Sasha, who was suffering from lupus. Every time Kevin McHale sees somebody who's been close in his life, it's brought him to tears and very emotional. Many of the Celtics who've been around the Celtic legend and Kevin McHale over the years. With greeting and the best wishes in the most difficult time for McHale. That kind of day, to emotions, happens for Kevin McHale for different reasons over this last week or so as he's returned to basketball. His Houston team a winner tonight, 101-89. As the Celtics are 12-10, and the Rockets even their record at 511 and U.S. We appreciate you spending some time with us tonight. Those of you who are home with your loved ones, let's get a chance to hug them and tell them you love them. Wish we could do the same. John Barry, our radio speaker, Mike Tirico, so long from Houston. We now send it back to the studio.
Welcome back into our Los Angeles studios. That was some scene that we all just got to look at. Kevin McHale, just days, weeks, short time after losing his daughter, and Kevin Garnett, they have a relationship already, but also sensing that his friend, of course, is still hurting, went over, and that's a scene you rarely see at the end of a basketball game. Bill, you know those guys a little bit. Tell me what you think is going on there.
McHale was a really important guy to KG. I mean, he was the guy who drafted him. He was the guy who, for years they were working on low post moves, all that stuff, and so he has that connection. Then McHale, one of the great Celtics, like he won 3 titles, and I think people still feel like he's a member of the Celtic family. So, it was emotional. You could feel it.
Yes, and when they moved him from Minnesota, they moved him to Boston.
Right.
Where he went and won a championship. It's just, that transcends the score of the game.
It does. It transcends everything. I mean, that just, we walked out here thinking we're going to talk about just that game. And Kevin McHale, it's interesting. You talk about family. And sometimes it can be overdone. This is probably understated when you talk about the trade, where he wound up going, where Kevin Garnett wound up going. These two Kevins, I mean, at one position, playing similarly in a lot of different ways. I mean, you're looking at a long chunk of Celtic history here.
Right. And, it was interesting when McHale was trying to trade Kevin Garnett, the Lakers were trying to get Garnett too, and he ended up trading him to the Celtics, and he said one of the reasons he did it was because he didn't want to send him to the Lakers, he wanted to send him to the Celtics, because he feels like he's a Celtic. And, I still feel like I know he's coaching Houston, he was with Minnesota for a while, but I think any Celtic fan feels like he's a Celtic.
And I give his Rockets team a lot of credit for showing up and playing the way they did against the Boston Celtics.
That's a great point. Well, the Celtics, difficult night on the road, and we'll look at some other games that just recently ended.